Hello everyone, and welcome to another Leetcode video. Today we're looking at the problem maximum points tourists can earn, which was question 3 in Biweekly contest 142. So the question reads that we're given two integers, n and k, and we're also given two 2D integer arrays, stay score and travel score. So basically a tourist is traveling and can visit any of the n cities, where each city is directly connected to every other city. So no matter what city we're in, we can travel to any other city. Doesn't matter, there's no restriction. The journey consists of exactly k 0 index days, and they can choose any city as the starting point for this journey. So each day we have to make two choices. We can either stay in the current city, and if we do that, we get some score. We look at the stay score array and get I, which would be our current day, and then current being our current city. That's how we would calculate our score for staying. Or we can move to another city, and if we move, we would basically take our travel score, which is our current destination and our destination city, and take that from our travel score array. And what we want to do is return the maximum possible points that we can earn by making these choices. So this example, we have n equals 3, so we have 3 cities, k is 2, so it's 2 days. And we have our stay score here, which is 342212, and our travel score is 021, 204, 320. So the output is 8, and the maximum that we can get, this 8, we can get by starting in city 1 and staying in the city that day. So what we would get is we'd stay in city 1 here and get this 4, and then on day 2, we would travel to city 2. So we are currently in city 1, right? But we could travel to city 2. So we get this 4 here and this 4 here, which equals our 8. So let's look a bit closer at this example and see how we can solve it. So we're going to solve this problem using dynamic programming. If you watch my videos, you'll always hear me say that whenever we have to make choices, we want to use dynamic programming because we don't know which choice is optimal, so we have to try them all out and see what works best. Sometimes it's hard to parse from the question description whether or not we have to make choices, but here it literally tells us that we have a choice to make on each day. So you can go back and reference the description. You'll see it literally uses the word choices. So we have to try out every single choice and calculate what gives us the best score. And remember, we can start on any city, in any city. We're going to start on day 0, but we can start in any city. So for simplicity, let's say we're going to start on day 0, and I'll do the 0 indexed array here. So we start on 0. So what can we do? Let's say we start on day 0 in city 0. So we could stay and get this 3, right? This represents starting at city 0 and staying. Or what we could do is we can, from city 0, go to any of the other cities. And what does that look like? Well, we could basically travel to city 0. It's kind of the same as staying, but we would get 0 points, right? So we could do this, or we could do 2, or we could do 1, right? So basically, these represent our 4 choices, and we can do any of these. We don't necessarily know what to do, but let's just try them all out and record it. So let's say we decide to just stay, right? So we stay here. So what do we do next? Well, now we know we're on our next day, right? So we can't use this array again. We have to now come to here. So this will be day 1, right? So here we can make similar choices. We can either use this 2, staying at city 0. We could, get that 2 from there, or we could travel from the city to any of these cities again, right? So we could do city 0 again, we could do city 2, we could do city 1. So you'll see here that we have to make these choices and we have to figure out what works best for us. So how exactly would we do this? Well, let's kind of look at the problem a bit closer. So we see that we have some pretty lax constraints here. Our n value can be between 1 and 200, right? So pretty small number of cities, and then our k is going to fall in the same range. So this is a very, very small constraint that we're working with here. So we know we can do some kind of brute force algorithm. So what exactly does that look like? So let's just pick a city to start on. So let's say we start at city 0, right? We could basically go through all our choices, and then we have to simulate what our choices are. So how do we do that? Well, we know that if we're starting at city 0, we could travel to city 1, we could travel to city 2, right? So we could travel to any of these cities. So what if we just try out all our choices? So what are our choices here? Well, we know that we can go to city 1, city 2, or city 0, right? And I got this because our n equals 3, and we have 1, 2, 3 potential choices that we can make. So we could either stay, or we can travel to city 1, travel to city 2. And you'll see that we figured out exactly how we can calculate the scores of each of these options. So what we're going to do is just try them all out and then continue making our choices. So now we move to day 1. We would make the same choice again. So literally what we're going to do is we're just going to, for every day, we're going to iterate through all our potential choices, right? So we're on day 0. We're going to essentially say, I can go to any other city and make a choice. So we have 2 choices. If we land on the same city as we're iterating through, our only choice is to stay, right? Because if whatever index we're on, if we land on the same city, we know that it's not really traveling, we're just staying in the same place. There's only one option that we can take, so we'll just do that. If we land on another city, we can either stay or we can travel, right? So in this case, what we're going to do is we have to make that choice and then do 2 recursive calls to try out all of our options. So really what we're doing is we're going to iterate through every option, and then we're just going to try all our choices, with the caveat that if we land on the same index, we can only stay. So what exactly is the time complexity of this? Well, we know that we have to go through k days, right? And for each k day, we said that we're going to iterate through all the potential options that we can make, which is n. However, we also have to keep track of the current city that we're in. And why do we have to do this? Well, we have to know if we're going to the same city or not. Because if we're trying to go to the city we're already on, that changes the choices we can make, right? If we're on 0 and we're trying to go to 0, then we only know that we can stay. That's the only choice we can make. We cannot travel. So we also have to keep track of our current city. And we know that this can be a value of n, right? So we can simplify this down to k times n squared. But you'll see that n and k are kind of the same value, so we could also simplify this to n cubed, essentially. So this is not a very efficient algorithm, but with the help of memoization, we can keep it constrained to just n cubed, which will be sufficient to pass this problem. So let's look a bit closer at the code and see exactly how we could solve this. So we're going to set up our recursive function called findMax. And what we're going to do is we're going to iterate through all the days. So if our current k, which keeps track of what day that we're on, is greater than or equal to k, then we know that we are done. We finished our journey, so we'll just return 0. Then we're going to start this answer variable, which just keeps track of our answer. Now what we do is we're going to iterate through every potential choice that we can make. And this represents every city in our problem set. So here we check that if the city that we're trying to go to is the same one that we are currently on, this means we're not really traveling, we're actually staying in the same city. So here what we do is just compare whatever our current answer is to taking our stay score, which is our stay score with our current day and our current city, plus the recursive function. So here we pass in current index because it's actually the same index, or same city that we're staying at, but our journey is moving up by 1 day. Otherwise, what we do is we have to try both options. So either we keep whatever answer we found, we do the same thing, we stay, or we could travel to another city. And what that looks like is we travel from our current destination, or rather our current city, to our destination and take that from travel score. And when we do that, we also are going to do a recursive call. Here, we're actually in a new city, right? So we want to update that current city that we're at, and we also update our journey by 1 day. Then at the end, we just return our answer. So we also have to try the starting point of each city, right? Because remember, our description said that we can start from any place. We don't have to just start at 0 or any particular place that we're given. So we could try all of them. And we can do this because our constraints are very low, and we're also using memoization. So the memoization ensures that if we ever hit a condition that we met before, say we're on day 2 is the third city, we already know the answer, right? So we can just return that and not have to recompute the value again. So that's what we're doing with this cache up here, which is making sure that we're going to reuse any answers we already computed. So we're going to try out all our different choices and then finally return our answer. So let's submit and make sure that that works. And it does work. So hopefully this is helpful and it made sense. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And thank you for watching.